right, man. Detroit Pistons officially hold the in the 2025 draft. They only hold the 37th pick. It was some years where they owed Houston a pick, but it was protected. I think it was protected quite a while. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was protected for a while. For the first time, Pistons actually started winning, so the pick fell out the protection window. I think it was top 10 protected this year. Now that they made the playoffs, they officially lost their pick to the Houston Rockets. So the original trade, let's talk about that. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Original trade was, an Isaiah Stewart trade. So for the 16th pick, they exchanged a future first round pick. I think it could have got all the way down to like a second. I think the protections was for years, and the Pistons kept landing in the lottery. But we ended up getting Isaiah Stewart with that pick, so that's how that happened. So, but yeah, they only hold the 37th overall pick. That come via the Toronto Raptors. So, I mean, they got enough young assets on this team, so I'm not really concerned about adding another young player. You know, you talking about the young guys they got, Ivy, Duran, Hollins, Sasser. Shit, they got a bunch of young guys still on rookie deals. So I don't really think it's a huge deal that they won't grab this year. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of free agent money. Isaiah Thompson they still got. So they got a bunch of young guys still on the roster where you don't really need to draft nobody right now. I mean, when you look at the Pistons, what's the true, weakness that a young guy can help right now? It's really not none. Now, if you want to throw some razzle dazzle in there to get to trade for somebody, yeah, first round pick would be very attractive to throw in there. But but then again, right now they sitting in a very, very great position in my opinion. Young players, a good mix of veteran players, So a good young coach that's finally been able to implement what he wanted to implement but couldn't implement in Cleveland. I'm a firm assumer in that. But yeah, so that pick is gone. So I really didn't have no hopes. Maybe we knew they wasn't gonna let us get Cooper Flag. We was bad. I mean, we kept getting 5-5-5. So, and it's sad, when we kept landing within 5, and back in the day, it used to be like top heavy. But then again, we still got good players. Even though Ron Hollins was saying he didn't work out with the Pistons, and Trajan Langdon, come on, man, just speed the. They be making me want to cuss. Trajan Langdon was saying that Asians was having their guys refuse the Piston workouts because they didn't want them to go to Detroit. All of a sudden, Ron Hollins saying he glad he came here. That kind of was something similar to St. Brown. Said I wanted to go anywhere but the Detroit Lions. Where did he go? To Detroit Lions, and now he loved it. It's one of the best, things that happened to him. So that's how it goes. A lot of people want to go. They don't think about winning. And a lot of these young guys want to go to destination spots, and they ain't really been. In AAU, they've been here and there, or travel football, or the elite camps. And a lot of people have a stigma about Detroit that's simply not true, especially when you got money and people end up coming here and having the time of their life. Everybody's dream is Miami and LA, and like I said before, if that's your type of crowd, shout out to you. But Rockets got a pick. They got a young team. From Amen Thompson to Isaiah Thompson, that Alpine dude, Jalen Green. They have a very young team. Oh, it's the white boy they drafted. What's his name? Shepard from Kentucky. I like him a lot too. Yeah. So when you start to kind of, look, you know what I'm saying? When you start to look around, a lot of these young teams starting to manifest. OKC was a little bit ahead of the curve. People tend to forget they offered, Shea Gillensley to the Pistons for Cade Cunningham. Shea Gillensley and I think a pick that the Pistons probably would have took Franz Wagner. Pistons said, no, we keep Cade. I know OKC glad that they did keep Shea Gillensley. But, was Isaiah Stewart worth it? I'd say yeah. Now that he's back in his proper position, he's the attitude for the Pistons. Without him, are they as tough? No. Somebody got to brand that identity. And for, the bad boys, it was, Lambeer, Horn, Rodman. He led the way for that. For going to work Pistons, it was Ben Wallace. Ben was that guy. Ben was that guy. And right now, Isaiah Stewart is something that you really can't statistically measure, because he's bringing things that are, intangibles. So I think it was a good trade overall. Now, we got to see who Houston ended up drafting at the 16th with they pick, whatever pick the Pistons are picking. They may deal it. They're another young team. They need another young asset. They may package that asset for a veteran player. Kevin Durant be a good fit in Houston. Who knows? Maybe they go out there and get John Morant. Houston right there, they defend. They just need consistency from some of them young guys. Jalen Green need to be a consistent, dynamic scorer. Amen Thompson, similar to his brother, he need to be a better shooter, a consistent shooter. If they can get that from that young guys, they'll be in the championship in a blink of an eye. Unless you added Kevin Durant. OKC, Shea Gillensley grew into that guy. Cade Cunningham kind of growing into that guy. Could you believe it if Houston can get Jalen Green to grow into that guy? They may be able to make the jump sooner than later. But I think they're going to outsource, like some people think the Pistons should, and go get a star. I think it's going to be a few guys available this summer that's obtainable. So it's going to be interesting, but I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. Live or drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJD313, Venmo CJD313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support.